This is John from the University Skills Academy, and today we're going to discuss taking tests and how to answer an essay type exam, looking at strategies on how to get the most marks out of that exam. Essays. This technique should not be used for the first time in an exam. It should be practiced, and there are 8 steps to the process. Firstly, fully understand the question. Hunt for instruction words. Then identify topic words. Narrow the focus on restriction words. Grid it. Rewrite the question. Plan the answer. And, most importantly, answer the question. It is very important that you interpret the question accurately and clearly. First impressions can lead to an error which may fail to meet the marker's expectations. I recommend you read the question at least twice before you start that 8-step process. It is important that you interpret the question accurately and clearly. First impressions can lead to errors. So, be reading that question twice. This gives you the confidence to be certain that you have understood the question and that you will be able to give the examiner what she or he is asking for. In doing so, you need to read the question, search within the question for instruction words. You must know what these instructional words actually mean and what they are asking you to say in your response. The same is true of topic words. Do not answer off topic. Stay on message in your answer. The same is also true of narrowing words. Do not answer off the narrow topic. Stay focused in your response. So this is an example where there's not much point in answering this question with anything other than the most cursory reference to anything pre-1870. For example, let's just look at the question first. What is meant by economic dualism in the Asian context? Discuss the impact of colonial rule in Asia after 1870. There's not much point mentioning anything pre-1870. For example, it may be something like after the Indian famines of the 1860s, an application of the new Victorian policy was rolled out across Burma, India, Siam, Southeast China. And this took effect in the following ways. And how you can quickly analyze this question is to use different colored highlighters to identify the different types of words, that is, instructional, topic, and restrictions. This is one way to highlight the question as it would be written on the paper. So at this point, rewrite the question and be certain that you do not miss anything nor change the nature of the actual question. In this case, I would use the inside cover to plan my answer. Make a list of the key points, concepts, theories, findings, explanations, counterviews, quotes. Remember, the plan is introduction, tell them what you're going to tell them. Body, tell them one paragraph per idea. Answer, as in answer the question. Conclusion, tell them what you have told them. In essence, reiterate the introduction. If in a hurry, make dot points. For example, consider the following. Main idea in answer, points made in body, closing strong line, e.g., I have comprehensively mitigated any doubt that economic dualism existed after 1870 in Burma, India, but not in China. In case you didn't hear it before, make sure you answer the question. Quotations. If it's possible, this won't always be the case, but if it's possible, quote an authority or a prescribed article in keeping with the examiner's likes and ideas on the topic to add weight to your argument. For example, the Freudian article, The Psychology of Prostitution, 1943, suggests that Blanche's exhibitionism is an external manifestation of internal turmoil. Now let's not confuse what we are doing here. It is not about showing the examiner how smart you are. It is about answering the question and garnering support for that answer by inserting a recognized and accepted expert that the examiner agrees with. Do not pick fights with the examiner in your answer. No fighting rule. This is an extension of the habit 6. It is a clear survival and success strategy. So don't pick a fight with the examiner in your answer. You will lose marks. This needs to be addressed in the event that you have an examiner with a different idea about life to you. Let's focus our attention here. Let's say they are on the opposite side of your belief value spectrum. Or say when it comes to religion or politics, whatever you don't engage in and whatever you do not engage in attempt to convert them through your assessable work. They will simply fail you, or give you the lowest possible mark they can get away with in some cases. Think twice before challenging their values at all while they may be in a position to mark your work. Now, there may be some assessable areas where this is unavoidable, where, say, a class debate is called for and halfway through you have to change sides. This builds on the sixth habit of respecting the lecturer and your peers. Further, in case this has not been mentioned in the past, if the lecturer has an opposing view or value, don't let this be an excuse for you to drop the subject or drop the course. Split questions. Now, this may well be the rarest of all questions, but let's prepare for it anyhow. In an effort to cover a huge ground, say in an English literature question or an English literature or history course, where there's been 5 books for the semester, but they only want to mark 3 questions, it is possible that the examiner might do the following, such as, in your answer, start the answer by explaining the difference between the 3 main characters in book 1, insert name of book, and finish the answer, compare and contrast the differences between the 3 main characters in book 2. Out of those things we've just discussed, pick 2 you can implement immediately, and then make a plan to implement the rest of that lecture. This has been John from the University Skills Academy. In the next session we're going to be discussing key words and the way that the questions are written. Thank you for your time and your trouble, and you'll see me in the next session.